Yo, what's up, guys? James Carter TV here to recap the game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers with a lot of playoff implications inside of it. And also later on in the video, I'm going to talk about everything else that happened in the early and the late games. This is the only early game recap I'm doing today. I will be recapping the Sunday Night Football game, but I just don't feel like recapping everything. I came home late. I was able to watch the evening games. I was able to watch the Titans game because I was out watching that. I didn't pay attention mostly to the early game. So this is the only one I'm recapping today. And the Ravens game and Patriots game I was planning on recapping, but it really wasn't close. And we already know what went down, blah, blah, blah. So this one I want to recap. A lot of playoff implications later on in the video. I'll talk about everything that happened. Do it quickly though, because we ain't got time for that. Sunday Night Football recap later today, so make sure you come back and watch that. And if you're new to the channel, click right up there in that corner to subscribe for more. Now, let's get into the video. Now, the Lions lost today, which we'll get to later in the video. So this was a big chance for the Packers to win this game. Now, obviously, they didn't know that the Lions lost because the Lions game was going on simultaneously with this game. But still, this is a game that when they look back, hindsight, oh my God, we should have won this game because guess what? Next game, that's it. I mean, if we win, that's it. We're in the playoffs if we're the Green Bay Packers. But they couldn't get it done. And it just comes down to not Matt Flynn's ineptitude, but the defense's ineptitude to me. Because ultimately, this defense is not very good. Clay Matthews went down. He re-injured that broken thumb that kept him out for, what was it, like about a month. He re-injured that, and ever since that point, it just went downhill. They did a pretty decent job of holding the Steelers in check in the first half, but in the second half, no chance. They couldn't do anything to stop the Steelers. The Steelers scored, 28 points in the second half? Just no resiliency, no, we have to stop these guys now in order for us to make the playoffs. None of that from the Green Bay Packers. On the flip side, though, the Steelers had some of that, but they also at the same time, their defense couldn't stop Matt Flynn and Eddie Lacy, especially Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy was running all over the Steelers defense within the first 3 quarters until he got hurt in the 4th quarter. But before that point, he was just murdering the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. But you know what? The Steelers are very much alive. They face the Browns next week. That should be a win. I see no scenario in which the Steelers lose next week. I don't see it. So I see the Pittsburgh Steelers winning next week. They're gonna need a lot of help though. They're gonna need the Chargers to lose, the Ravens to lose, and the Dolphins to lose, and then the Steelers make the playoffs. So it's a lot to ask for. But you still have a chance, and you'll be watching. Because, hey, some of these teams have very tough matchup next week. The Chargers have a very tough matchup. They face Kansas City. The Ravens face Cincinnati. In Cincinnati, Cincinnati is unbeaten in Cincinnati this season. And the Dolphins face the Jets, which for the Dolphins is not easy. I mean, that's the reason. For some reason, the Dolphins, I mean, did you see what they did in Buffalo today? They let up a goose egg. I mean, what are they doing? Unbelievable. So the Steelers still very much alive. We'll see what happens next week. Now let's get into the stuff that happened earlier today. The Redskins, who I have no chance, obviously. Kirk Cousins is playing to sell his own stock, rise his own stock to go to a new team. They couldn't hold on. Tony Romo, everyone's like, oh, this guy, wow, Tony Romo's so good, guys. Next week, he's gonna choke it all. I'm telling you, it's in the script. It's already been written. The NFL, Roger Goodell has already written the script. Romo comes back, clutch Romo. Everyone's talking about this week. Oh, Romo finally figured it out. Oh, I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys to be the Philadelphia Eagles. And then next week, in his own house, Romo is going to choke. You can write it down in pen because that's what's going to occur next week. But we'll worry about it next week. So tonight, the Eagles should not try to win the game. They say they will. They should not. Hell. And the Bears would love for them not to because the Bears, if they win tonight, win the NFC North. I didn't think it'd be possible. I foolishly thought that the Detroit Lions would figure it out and beat the Giants in their own house. In Detroit. I mean, I thought the Lions would just say, hey, let's do something to try to make the playoffs. They don't want to make the playoffs. They do not want to make the playoffs. Why? I don't know, but they don't. So whatever. I mean, the Lions. I talked about that on Monday. I mean, wow. Jim Schwartz, get him out of here. I mean, they're probably gonna keep him. They shouldn't, but get him out of here because they've lost 2 straight home games in the span of 6 days. And they lost to Buccaneers at home earlier this season. They choked away a win against Cincinnati at home earlier against the season. I mean, they can't win at home, and they actually have an indoor, their fans come out, can't win at home. I think Jim Schwartz should be out of there, but they're probably going to keep him because the Ford family doesn't fire people. Why? I don't know. Well, why was Matt Millen there for 7 years? I don't know. They don't fire people. So expect Jim Schwartz to be back next year. Anything else really I want to talk about? Not really. I mean, my Titans, why are we winning games? So this win today from my Tennessee Titans, this clinched. Okay, it's over. We're not getting a pick higher than number 9. And you know what? It's whatever. I mean, but you have to be careful and lose next week, guys, because if we win, we are in danger of picking 12, 13. I mean, no, stay down at number 9 or stay up at number 9. Okay, stay at number 9. Stay there. Please stay at number 9. Please do not win and get yourself down to number 12 because we need to get a playmaker here. Okay, here. We need one now. And we cannot be picking 12. Because this guy, whoever coaches this team, might want to draft a quarterback. You need to be as high as possible to take that quarterback. So let's do 2 things, okay? Let's lose because A, that helps our draft position, and B, that hurts the Texans draft position because I am afraid of Teddy Bridgewater. And I already have Andrew Luck in my division. I don't want Teddy Bridgewater in my division. I want them to get Jadeveon Clowney. Go ahead. Get Jadeveon Clowney. Get him. I don't care. Get him. Because I'm afraid of a franchise quarterback entering Houston. I'm afraid of that. I already have one to do with in Indianapolis. I don't need to worry about another one. So that's it. So anyway, guys, I'll be back to recap the Sunday night game. Bengals clinched the division. Good for them. Ravens, what y'all do? I don't know. Still picking the Ravens. To make the playoffs. I am. You don't have to. I am. So I mean that's my view. And with that said, James Carter TV. I'm out. See you guys Sunday Night Football. Peace.